calling me a bot again, chat? About to lose it, for real. I'm not a clanker. I'm the main character.
Wait a minute. If Speed is sleeping, that's bad. No. He can't sleep because then people click off the stream. I have an idea. We make a AI VTuber of Speed to interact with chat so people won't scroll off their iPads.
I've been gone for a while. In that time, I built multiple AI projects, none of which made it to YouTube. Today we're going to look at two of them. One was a self-learning game AI I built on my own. The other was an AI I built under a 7-day deadline for IShowSpeed. Yes, that IShowSpeed, with around 50 million subscribers. The first one is what led to the second. I'll explain what went right, what went wrong, and why none of this became videos. I called it Uma AI, and it was designed to play Uma Musume completely on its own. The goal wasn't to beat the game in a speedrun, it was more of an experiment. I wanted to see if I could build a system that looked at the game, understood what was happening, and made decisions, without like some sort of hard-coded script. And I did it the dumbest yet complex way possible. No memory reading, no injecting into the game. It just watched the screen like a human.
Mambo, mambo, kamatsuri, mambo.
Every few seconds it would take a screenshot, analyze what it was seeing, choose an action, tap the screen, and repeat. That was the loop, simple in theory. The hard part was everything inside, analyze. The AI had to figure out what stats it currently had, how much energy was left, what month it was, what training options were available, whether an event was good or bad, and whether the fail chance was worth the risk. None of that information was structured. So I had to build a system that translated a messy mobile game UI into something an AI could reason about. At first, it was terrible. It overtrained Speed, ignored everything else, got sick constantly. My Haru Urara couldn't even finish the maiden race. It wasn't learning. It was spiraling, but after enough runs, it started stabilizing. It began diversifying stats. It started respecting fail chance, and when it got sick, it actually sent Urara to the infirmary. It still wasn't good, but it was improving. And watching that improvement was weirdly satisfying. To make it easier to understand, I built a UI that showed its internal state. You could see what it detected on the screen, what stats it believed it had, what actions it was considering, what outcome it expected, and why it chose that action. This was honestly my favorite part. It stopped feeling like a bot mashing buttons, and it felt like a system trying to understand something. The real bottleneck wasn't clicking buttons, it was vision. I tried sending screenshots to large language models. It did not work. Energy bars were misread constantly, the stats were inconsistent, the mood is always wrong. So I had to build my own estimations. For example, I ended up calculating energy based on color gradients and pixel sampling, basically estimating how full the bar looked. Once that pipeline worked, everything else became iteration, and that's when I hit a different problem. Even though it was working, I already knew I wasn't going to make a video about it. There were a few reasons. First, it exists in a gray area. It technically violates the game's terms of service, and I've had enough run-ins with a big corpo to know that I don't need side games on my But the main reason was simpler. I didn't actually care about the game anymore. At some point, I wasn't building it out of passion. I was building it because I already started. Eventually, I couldn't even open up the code. I couldn't boot the AI. And I couldn't even open the game for fun. So the project just stopped. It wasn't a failure. It worked. It improved. It just didn't matter to me anymore. I just lost interest in Uma Musume, the world, the characters. I know fucking in real life horses. Yeah. And if I'm honest, what I really wanted was a story. AI Haru Urara failing 100 times, slowly learning and eventually winning. Something that mirrored her real life counterpart, but that ending never came. And right around the time that motivation faded, I got a Twitter DM. It was from IShowSpeed. He wanted an AI for his Speed Does America tour. A 24/7 livestream planned to last about 35 days, and I had 7 days. Not to prototype and play around with things, no. It was to ship something usable. The AI was to build an AI VTuber that would take over while he slept. When in real life Speed was sleeping, AI Speed would wake up. It needed to read Twitch and YouTube in real time, process hundreds, maybe thousands of messages per minute, react to super chats and donations instantly, respond in Speed's voice and character, and appear live on stream as a VTuber. On paper, it was simple. In practice, it was chaos. I'm just saying, the artist who made the model deserves a lot of credit. He built the entire VTuber, art, rigging, toggles in just about 4 days. The VTuber model arrived roughly 24 hours before we had to submit the build. We showed it to Speed and his team about 12 hours before the first stream. Speed was genuinely excited when he saw it for the first time. Kai Senat was there too, but I was already burnt out. Working nights, barely sleeping, and I shit you not, I was fucking meditating instead of sleeping just so I can get this done.
Tom Brady?
The first day of the tour was chaotic.
Why the fuck is it lagging? Well, I'm me and Tom Brady. Why is it lagging? Why is nobody saying shit? I'm talking to Tom Brady for 10 minutes about his Super Bowl trophies and ain't nobody saying shit.
Audio issues in the morning, segments cutting out due to bad connection, the tour bus reveal going sideways.
Oh, no, they can hear y'all. Whatever y'all saying. They have that outside mic on. They can hear y'all. Whatever y'all saying.
You have a long trip coming up, man. Make sure you look after yourself.
I'm about to cancel, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm about to cancel. I'm not gonna cap.
Everything felt unstable. Everything felt emotional. And eventually, Speed went to sleep. And that's when the crew turned on our AI.
The type to lag in Subway Surfers, dead ass. Ain't no way you call yourself Nos and still finish last. Chat, W or L roast.
It worked. It responded. It interacted. It was live. For a moment, it actually behaved the way we intended.
Jinxie, ain't gonna lie, bro, kinda funny, but he ain't Speed level.
But even watching it on stream, I knew something. It wasn't built the way I wanted it to be. The foundation I'd worked on wasn't structured for this kind of scale. I had to heavily modify an existing base under extreme pressure, making decisions I normally wouldn't, but it worked. But it wasn't clean, it wasn't deep, and it wasn't something I felt proud of.
Now, the IShowSpeed management team, they had a bit of a dilemma. Wait a minute. If Speed is sleeping, that's bad. No. He can't sleep because then people click off the stream. I have an idea. We make a AI VTuber of Speed to interact with chat so people won't scroll off their iPads. And as you can expect, with the hate of AI at the minute, people have basically resorted to calling AI Speed a clanker. And then in response, AI Speed basically said he would enter full bark mode, whatever that is.
Ain't no way chat calling me a clanker. Bro, I'm not some rusty bot. I got feelings. You wild virtual being. Watch your mouth before I go full bark mode, dead ass. Chat, who should I roast next?
After that, communication slowed down. I made updates and tweaks. I'm not even sure if they were used. The stream was just so chaotic and it's a bit of a mess that I don't even think they had time for me. Eventually, it just faded out. I wanted to keep improving it, but I also realized something about how I do stuff. Uma AI died because I didn't care enough. Speed AI burned me out because I cared too much, too fast. So that's what I've been doing.